Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Wednesday, April 20th, 2016. Well, folks, take a look at this chart of Alibaba. Great day on Alibaba, not taking anything away from that. It's had an amazing run, about a 35% run over the last two and a half months or so. The reason why I bring it to your attention is actually it's slamming into a major resistance area. And to just note this, if you go to the daily chart, let's go there right now. The daily chart is at a perfect gap fill. So let's take away this trend line here. See this gap fill, this huge gap right here? If you put a trend line right at the low of that candle, look at what you get. Gap fill right at this level. So basically 81.35, 81.50, depending on how accurate the line is. That is the gap fill. Now, the reason why we pay attention to gap fills is when you come up from underneath and you hit a major gap fill, and I'm talking about a big gap right here, there's always a certain amount of selling that will coincide with that, because there were a lot of people holding it here that got caught in the flush, and they're just back to break even. And that's why gap fills actually work, is because when you get back to that break even, subconsciously an investor just says, oh goodness, I'm back to where I was before that dramatic collapse. I'm just going to sell it right here. And that's what creates that resistance on gap fill. So ultimately the idea here is that you have a good shorting opportunity on Alibaba. Again, you can see it's up from basically below $60 to over 80, so you're talking about a 35+% move here in really the last two and a half months. And dictating the precursor or the event that should follow here is some sort of pullback. Now, could it creep above the level just a little bit? Yeah, it could. The reason I say it could is because the volume in this market has been minuscule. If you look at the spiders, it hasn't even traded 50 million today, and we only have an hour and 15 minutes left in the trading day. So I mean, it's ridiculously light out there. So ultimately, the light volume could float it up a little bit more, but inevitably there will be something to bring this down, bring the S&P down, bring Alibaba down. Tomorrow, for instance, the ECB will be making a statement. That could be a catalyst. Next week, you have the Federal Reserve making a statement. Also, you have earnings from Google tomorrow. You have earnings next week from Apple, Amazon, all these other companies reporting. So, I mean, there's a lot of hurdles for this market to get through, and it has really been at this stage priced to perfection. So, in saying that, what I'm telling you here is that this is actually, if you have a small position, I like options, actually doing it with options, but a small put position or a small short position on Alibaba, to me, is very lucrative here. Very good risk reward. Again, you could get it could go up a little bit more, but I mean, what's it really going to go up to? Look at all this resistance up here. I mean, maybe it gets up to 85, so all right, so it moves up, but then when it corrects, you should actually come down right here. See the 200 around about 70. So you have about $7 to $8 downside risk here, with only about a $4 upside risk, $3.50 upside risk. And that's even rare that it's going to get up there, in my opinion. Maybe. Interestingly, if China was down decently last night, too, so you're starting to see some more cracks emerge in the Chinese market, and we'll see if that starts to collapse and continue down. So anyways, just wanted to pass this along to you guys. Nice little setup here on Alibaba for a potential short or puts. And again, come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. We're constantly finding these setups, these high-reward, low-risk setups, and we give them to our members in the Research Center and in the Options Alerts. Take care, folks. See you soon.